Hello, welcome back again to another video. My name is Javi. Hope you're having a very beautiful day today again. And I always want to remind you that you are beautiful and that you are a powerful being. Remember, you are a spiritual being having a human experience. So, as a spiritual being having a human experience, that means that you are not only this body, you are not only the limited personal self, that personality ego that we create to only live for, a couple years, in comparison to infinity. So we are everything, and we are the oneness, consciousness, and pure awareness that is the spiritual self, and it's having a temporary human experience. So it is important to not just only identify yourself as only the human body that is here and nothing else. See, that's where all the limitations come, the forgetfulness of who you are and your true power and your clairvoyance and all your abilities, as far as you being able to enjoy this human temporary experience to the fullest. It's like those capacities are, you don't have access to them because you detached yourself from them. See? So when you detach yourself from them to only identify with this body and your whatever you identify with, whether it's just an age or a gender, whatever, you're taking yourself away from just being present and pure awareness into now you're micro in yourself. You're compressing your vast space of just being and consciousness that is everywhere. It's actually, you can't even say it's anywhere. You can't pinpoint when you are fully in your present awareness. It's like somewhere. It's not in this body. It's like just here in space. That's your consciousness. And when you start to become a witness of that and experience life through that, then you remember that you are loose, that you are light, that you are free, that you have abundance amount of energy and abundance amount of love and peace, because there's nothing to restrict you and limit you. You are already connected to that oneness just simply by being the oneness that is within, just being present, the higher conscious self, and not the poor little me, ego, personal self that experiences life in this body only and for temporary time, compared to, the infinity of years that are actually around in existence. So allow yourself to always remember that you're a spiritual being having human experience. And it's that simple. When you start to ground your awareness in this place of seeing, and you start to center yourself in this vast consciousness, you liberate yourself. You become free. And it's, all these videos, I always touch on it just in different ways, because I'm trying to relate to every person out there in whatever the situation is. But in reality, it's always the same situation, where it's people are just identifying with their personal self versus just being their true self. And their true self is just the pure awareness, the pure consciousness that is the absolute experiencer that is alive and experiencing this moment. That's who you truly are. And stay there. Just practice being in that space And, you know, allow yourself to be in silence if you need to. Allow yourself to, you know, follow the pulses and the intuition when you're there. So that way it continues to strengthen in you, it continues to grow in you, it continues to expand, and the limitations in the poor little, you know, self ego doesn't come back in. It loses its strength over you. You know, it's like what they say, you know, the mind is a helpful servant to you, but you become a slave to it as well if you don't regulate it. And you know, that's what ends up happening in the world, that everybody just gets into their head and they see life only through their body only, separate from the rest of the world. And then therefore there's the walls, there's the limitations, you know, and whatever they want to put in front of their, you know, mind, they believe, and that's their reality. Versus what we're doing and what you're doing is being able to see life 360 and fully with no limitations. Because the benefit is that you're always going to be in a state of bliss. Everybody wants to enjoy life. Everyone wants to have the best possible experiences while we're here in this physical plane. But just no one knows how to. And if they know how to, they don't know how to sustain it. And it's the reason why I make these videos. It's a reason why I try to give my experience. These are just my experiences. You still have to process them and, you know, experience them yourself. Because I could be telling you day in and day out how beautiful it is and how amazing, and how, you know, you're always going to be smiling and having a good old time, and, you know, and try to give you the concepts of how to be there, but they're only going to be external information, and it's going to still be up to you to deal with your mind and your programs and conditions and everything that you know you put there, separating you from you recognizing that you are everything. So just give yourself space to breathe. You know, take those deep breaths. Observe the breath, observe the exhale, observe whatever thought comes to your awareness, because you want to be the awareness. You don't want to be the thought. You want to be the... Actually, you don't even want to be anything. You just somehow end up settling and grounding yourself into a space of just awareness without you having to do anything. You just peel away all these like things that you were constantly, you know, like I said in my previous video, you know, you're constantly reacting and not giving yourself space to just observe, let that energy kind of, you know, get buffered away, versus you just like identifying with whatever energy it is or whatever thought is, you know, in front of you, and you just continuing to dance with that, continuing to, you know, give attention to that and expand that and making that more real than what it really is, when you can just sit back, go on a hammock, go to the beach, or whatever, when you're driving, when you're whatever, you can just sit back, slow down, observe everything, and just listen, just see without judging anything, without trying to make sense of anything. It sounds kind of counterintuitive, because we're always trying to have control of our lives and make sense of everything, but that also becomes the problem. So allow yourself to just sit back, see everything, and just let your heart, you will know, your intuition will tell you what you need to do. Your intuition will guide you. Your heart will pulse you to say whatever you need to say at that moment that is going to serve you in the universe and the experience. You're going to do whatever that action is that's going to serve you in the universe. You're going to do those things that you know in your heart are the righteous, rightful things to do. And not that there's right or wrong, just the universe, let's be real, the universe is also biased towards goodness, or else life wouldn't exist. It'd be too chaotic that things just wouldn't be able to hold. Matter wouldn't hold itself. So the universe is biased towards good. So, it's a reason why when you feel good, you want to continue feeling good. And now when you feel bad, you want to continue feeling bad. Because, our spirit, our energy is biased to growth. It's biased to prosperity. It's biased to love. It's biased to all these things. Yes, there's a contrast like the yin and yang, but that's only there to give texture and context to the good, so we can learn the lesson to appreciate the good. But you still always want to stay in the good. You still always want to stay, in the love and light, while you're, you know, while you're also at the same time, what's the word, integrating the darkness that exists, and the the negative that is around, that empowers the light to shine even more, if that makes sense. So continue to stay present, be here. This is the best thing you could ever do and will ever do. And you don't even know where you'll be in 5 weeks, let alone 5 months, especially with how life is happening right now and unfolding in the external world, so right now is a perfect time for you to like truly trust yourself and truly trust your heart, and just let it be. Speak your truth, speak your heart, and do what you know in your heart needs to be done. And I guarantee you will not regret one bit. I love you guys. Hope you're having a very beautiful day. Namaste. Blessings. Peace be with you. And all is love. Until next video.